Welcome to the Eden Lifestyle Natural Remedies Uncut class again this Sunday. And what we want to do is just to go over today how to cleanse and detoxify our colon and liver. Last week, for those who have joined in, we know that we covered how to do juice detoxification and fasting. So this time we'll be talking about colon cleansing and liver cleansing. And throughout this month of January, as we mentioned before, we will be talking about cleansing in general. So we'll be going through different organs. And as we go throughout our presentation here, we'll see what organs we'll be touching on throughout our classes here today.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we mentioned before we started recording. We also want to mention again to share this as much as possible. If you are watching on YouTube afterwards, you can copy the link there and share that with other friends and family. If you are on Zoom right now, we want you to share that link with as much people as you can. And so that way we can reach 200 people watching live at this moment, but also on YouTube, we want to crack 1,000 views on our YouTube channel for our video as well.
Yes, and all the recordings will always be on YouTube. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTubers yet, then we'll also have a link there available so that way each one of you can have those recordings afterwards. Unfortunately, this time we're not live on YouTube because of some technological issues. However, we will be uploading the entire episode here, the entire class right after. So that way you can get access to those recordings. But by next week, by God's grace, that we'll be able to have those recordings live as well on YouTube for those who may not be able to access it via Zoom. But happy that each and every one of you are on. And I'm really excited to be able to dive into some things today. And we have some interesting images to show you as well, interesting therapies, remedies, and recipes that we believe will be powerful in being able to help in cleansing out the entire body, especially that of the colon and the liver. So at this time, what we want to do is we're going to start off with a word of prayer. And so that way we can be able to ensure that we can invite the presence of the great physician, God himself, to be able to help us in that process. So let's pray together. Father in heaven, we just thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to learn, to be able to see how we can apply natural remedial agencies to help better our health, our life, and even those around us. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. So I know that someone is mentioning that only the host is allowed to share. But what we can do here, we can have one of our moderators here you can just share. They should have some links there as well that you can be able to share with some people so they can copy paste. But we're going to try to see how we can allow other people to share as well. And also, what we want to do here as well, we just want to go through some important information that we want to go through here as well throughout our class here. And one of the things that we wanted to mention, somebody mentioned this to us last week. They mentioned about giving a donation because they asked us, how much is this class? And we said it's free. And they couldn't believe that it was free. So they wanted to also give a donation just to help to support us. And if you want to support us so we can continue doing free classes like this, we're going to be posting a link here in the chat. So we're going to ask one of our moderators to post a link here in the chat. So that way you can, not just a link, but different links. So you can send a donation to us if you would like to. You don't have to, the class is all free. But if you are inspired, you can give a donation through different means. So we have free Zelle, Cash App, and all these various means that we have here where you can leave a donation. Another thing that I wanted to mention as well, some of you guys have been on our live when we did our a free Sabbath that was probably about 3 years ago, and we raised some funds to do our driveway. And we were so blessed by your giving that we were able to raise over $20,000 towards our driveway to fund our driveway. At Eden Lifestyle, we have a constant need of upgrading and also just making sure that our place is at a standard where we can continue to help people most efficiently. And you can make a donation. One of the projects that we want to be able to accomplish, especially in the near future, in the next month or two, is to upgrade our heating system. Our heating system has been around for probably over 50 years. Most of the guys who come to fix our heating system in the past said they haven't seen this in years. and it's very inefficient, and we'll be able to save about 40% of our heating cost if we upgrade our heating system. So that's going to cost us anywhere between $25,000 to $30,000 to upgrade our heating system. If someone is inspired to give, you can just feel free to give. Someone has already donated $5,000 to the ministry, and just to help us to fund what we're doing here. And we want to, if you're inspired to give some money today, just feel free to give as much as you can, as little as you can. Anything matters, from $5 to $5,000. It all matters in giving. So by your donation, you'll be able to help us to help more people, and also to be able to do this that we're doing here, that we want to give free classes to you guys every week, for hopefully for the remainder of this year. So that's something that we plan to do. So we have that link in the chat. You can look at the link in the chat. Also, those who are on YouTube, you will see that link in the caption, the description on YouTube, and also in the comments, probably pinned at one of the comments there. You can see some of those things there on YouTube. So let us get into this subject here that we'll be talking about today: colon and liver detoxification. And one of the things that we just want to share a little disclaimer here with you guys. This content is strictly the opinion of Eden Lifestyle, and we do not claim to be any medical professionals. And this is just a disclaimer here saying that we're just educating you, and we're not trying to practice any medicine whatsoever. So then one of the things that we wanted to start on is talking about the channels of elimination. As we talk about cleansing, our body naturally cleanses on its own. And our body uses different organs and different systems to cleanse us and to keep us cleansed and all purified. And we call this the channels of elimination, or our filtration system that we have in our body to keep out impurities. When you look at a car, we have different filters inside the car. We have a gas filter, we have an oil filter, we have also transmission filter. In different parts of our car, we have different filtration systems. And that filtration system keeps our machinery, our car, from getting clogged up. And we want to keep those things changed on a regular basis, or to clean it out on a regular basis, so that way our car can perform at optimal. And most of the time, we spend a whole bunch of money maintaining our car, and spend a whole bunch of money with changing the oil in our car and all those various things that we change and fix in our car. And oftentimes, people don't spend as much time and money in fixing their own bodies. And our body is than something that is replaceable, like a car. So then when you think about our body, we want to talk about how we can change the filtering organs, or even clean it out in our bodies, so that it can continue to filter out different impurities and toxic matter in our system.
Definitely. And also, for those who are on right now, we'd love to know what are some channels of elimination that you know of. Now, there are seven channels of elimination. Today we'll be covering two of them, which are two major ones. I believe a lot of the illnesses that we have stem from the very two ones that we actually will be speaking about today. But in the chat, I see someone said lymphatic. That's great. That's a good one. Just quickly mention any others that you have, and we'll share that with you as well, because it's very key and essential. We believe that, again, 3 phases to being able to help in overcoming any type of sickness and get an overall well is to retain, being able to maintain optimal health. And in that cleansing phase, we see powerful miracles over and over again. Someone else says the skin. Someone else says the blood, the liver, the colon. All those are definitely great, right? And we're going to share those with you right now. Those 7 channels of elimination that some of you have mentioned already. You have the colon, you have the kidneys, you have the lungs, right? You also have the skin, which is actually the largest detoxification organ, or the largest organ in general. It takes up the entire body. And also you have the liver, which is and also your lymphatic system and your circulatory, or the blood, right? So those are 7 channels of elimination that we seek to be able to cover with you throughout the month of January. And why is this so important? The reason why this is so important, friends, is because if you can effectively cleanse out those channels of elimination, then you can be able to go and experience, you can be able to experience optimal and perfect health. The reason why is this. All those channels of elimination are simply working to be able to maintain a level of purity and freedom from toxic waste and everything else within your entire body, within your entire blood. Your colon, if it's not detoxed, it re-enters the bloodstream. Your kidneys, the entire blood goes through there. And the lungs, the purifying oxygen and so on, drives it to the blood cells and so forth. And the liver, every 3 minutes, blood goes through the liver. And the Bible teaches the principle, right? In Leviticus 17:11, it says the life of the flesh is in the blood. So if the blood is impure, if the blood is toxic, then your life is toxic. You become diseased. You become, fragile. Your body begins to decay and deteriorate in the form of different maladies, right? So then if we can safely be able to detoxify the entire body, then you are on your road to overall wellness. And we're going to be seeing how a lot of our problems today exist because we experience high levels of toxicity from our bad practices, of course, throughout all the different channels of elimination where our body is not effectively working for us. And the principle is this: our body is able to restore itself. God has placed mechanisms in our body to restore itself, if only it has the proper environment to be able to do so. If only the colon wasn't backed up so much. If only our gallbladder wasn't filled with stones and our liver was inflamed. If only our kidney was functioning well, our body would be able to maintain that proper equilibrium, that proper balance, homeostasis, to be able to naturally keep us in optimal wellness. And that's what we'll be covering with you today.
Yes, so then we want to be able to clean out our eliminative organs because we want to prevent the accumulation of waste in our system. And that accumulation of waste can make us sick. It can lead to so many different varying diseases. And as we go throughout this presentation here, we'll see some of the signs that you will see when you need to cleanse your colon or even your liver. And some of you don't even need a sign. All you need to do is ask yourself the question, have you ever done a cleanse in your life? And if the answer is no, you are due for a cleanse. And we want to be able to talk about in this presentation how you can cleanse those specifically today, the colon and liver. But as we go throughout our coming weeks there, we'll be talking about some other channels of elimination as well, because we see how important the colon is for cleansing out our body, which carries fecal matter and we excrete it through the toilet. We also have our kidneys through urine. We let out so many different toxic matters like nitric acid and uric acid and all these different fluids that we let go throughout our kidneys. Our skin, we sweat out the uric acid and different impurities from our skin as well. Our lungs, we release gaseous fluids, or we just breathe out impurities from our lungs as well. People don't recognize this there, that also our lungs is a eliminative organ. And also we have our liver and our kidneys. Those we know already, those are filtering organs. And those things can accumulate in our kidneys and liver over time. And we'll be looking at our presentation as well, how we'll see some of the things coming out from us, and we'll wonder like how those things was able to exist inside of us for so long. And some of us, you'll be surprised to see the things that come out of you. And we'll be talking about also lymphatic system and blood and so many different eliminative organs there and how we can cleanse those things there. And we'll be looking at imagery and seeing some of the things that will come out of us from even when we start talking about the parasites, how you'll see those little critters coming out of you. And some people are always disgusted when we talk about it. And I tell people all the time, sometimes you need to look back into the toilet when you do those cleanses to see those things coming out of you. And some people are afraid, no, I don't want to see it. And we tell them, well, it's better out than it stays in. So it's so powerful, just the simple things that we can use even from our kitchen to be able to cleanse our different eliminative organs.
Well, definitely. And that'll be so essential. So what we do ask from you one more time is be able to share this with others, because we're about to give some recipes very soon. We're about to get into remedies shortly from now as well, that we hope will be a blessing to each and every one of you to be able to decongest, decompact, be able to cleanse out, remove a lot of those toxic waste. So make sure you have your notebooks ready. Make sure you have your pens ready. Or if you're a, techie person, make sure you have it open up on your computer or your phone so that way you can be able to take some notes, right? But feel free to continue to share it with others, share the link, and so that way others could be blessed by that information as well. And towards the end, of course, we want to make sure that we give each and every one of you even an entire guide. We have an entire guide prepared for this class with all the notes. For this class, you'll be getting all of that completely for free. So we'll be sending that to you afterwards. So make sure that if any of you are not within our WhatsApp community group as yet, you want to also join the community group. That way you can be able to be alerted whenever we release those free resources, and you can be able to stay updated. So again, we're going to dive into things right now, so that way we can continue to help in showing how best we can decompact, declog. And I remember one time one of our guests came over to the center, and I think at that time she had not have used the restroom for like 2 weeks. Like she literally was backed up, unable to use the restroom for 2 weeks. And I'm not sure if there's anyone in here right now that may be in such a position. I mean, we've seen extreme conditions of someone even not being able to use the restroom for a full month, and how someone was able to meet that person, give them one of our colon cleanses, and they were able to get help. But I remember when I started speaking with the guests and just speaking about how we're going to help in declogging, decompacting, to be able to take out the fecal blockages that are there. And as I begin to explain it, she's like, man, you make it sound like I have some sort of a piping system in me. And that's really what it is. It's like a piping system that is clogged up, that we need to be able to ensure that we can have those proper movements, proper elimination. Else we'll be having many issues in the form of many things that we'll be actually showing you right now. Like what are some major things that are brought about as a result of unhealthy colon or liver and so forth. So we'll be seeing that together.
So here are some of the benefits of just colon cleansing, or not just colon cleansing, but cleansing and detoxifying in general. One of the things that we talked about already is the removal of toxic matter from the body. And as we said before, as that accumulates in the body, that can make us sick. And also that can make the body work over time as well. Because we see here that the body has to try to eliminate waste and also try to repair tissue inside your system and, help the body overcome disease. So then if the body can concentrate on one less thing, which is cleansing the body of toxic matter and just concentrate on repairing and rebuilding itself, then the body will be at a much better advantage as well. Another benefit of colon cleansing is it improves your digestive health. And we know that people not able to absorb even all the nutrients from their food. And that can cause sometimes malnutrition because the digestive system is not at the optimal. And also, people experience so many digestive issues because of a toxic buildup in the system as well. Also, you can help to get control over your cravings. I know a lot of people who went on cleansing and detoxing, and they used to crave sugar and crave all these different processed foods and so forth. And that's a good way to retrain the taste buds and even reset the body, where you can overcome your cravings for sweets and all those various foods that are just not very helpful to your body. And just going on a cleanse and detox can help you deal with cravings as well. Not just cravings for food, but cravings for drugs and cravings for so many addictive stuff that we are hooked on as a society. Just cleansing can help you to overcome those types of cravings. Also, it helps increase your energy levels. People feel lethargic and they feel fatigued. And it's because sometimes there is just a lot of toxic matter that is just floating around in the body, and the body is working overtime trying to get rid of it. And the body doesn't have enough vital force to just get rid of all of it and let all of it go. So then sometimes you just need to be able to cleanse out the system. So that way the body is at a point where it is cleaned out and the body can function properly. Also, it can help to aid in weight loss. And we'll talk about this as we go throughout our colon cleansing as well, because sometimes individuals can have between 5 to 25 pounds of fecal matter that is just stagnant in the colon. And what it does is sometimes it leaches out from the barrier that keeps the colon, the fecal matter in the colon, and it goes in throughout the body and it putrefies the body. We call that process of putrefaction, where it begins to poison your body. So that's something that we have to look out for as well. It promotes healthy skin, just being able to detox and cleanse. And a lot of times, as we said before last week, the inside of our body is a reflection of what is on the outside, and the outside is a reflection of what is on the inside. So then we want to make sure that your cells are nourished properly, and your cells are not has a bunch of toxic matter that is damaging it and causing oxidative stress. So you want to make sure that you clean out your body so that way your body can look young and look pliable, and your skin also just in terms of eczema and all these different issues where the toxic matter try to come out from the skin and it causes skin problems. And also, it helps to improve mental and emotional health as well. That's a big one. And they say that our stomach, our GI tract, our digestional tract is our second brain. And that is for good reason, because somewhere between 60-80% of the nerve endings, it's connected to our brain from our digestive tract. And when our digestive tract is toxic and it is filled up with a whole bunch of gunk, then we more likely to come down with different mental issues, mental illnesses and stuff like that. And also just brain fog and not being able to memorize stuff properly, not being able to be alert and feeling depressed and down. All these various things there could be a cause of just a toxic buildup in our digestive system. So then you just want to make sure that you cleanse out your digestive tract and also just cleanse out the body, the channels of elimination in general, so that way you can experience some of those benefits of being able to cleanse out.
Definitely. And also, like, even with colon cleansing, like, just to add on to that part about mental health as well. But someone who is constipated or backed up, science have seen the connection between constipation, being backed up, and someone actually being stressed, being on edge, being highly stressed. So, consider that as well. Like, cleaning out the colon could help in having a better being able to manage stress more effectively. And like, for example, right now we live in New York. Of course, we're not in New York City, we're in New York State. Outside of the center, it's all beautiful trees all around with lots of land and everything else. But every time we drive to the city, it's like traffic is pretty crazy. Everyone is highly stressed, and it's like everyone cuts you off. And there's so many things going on all at once. It's very highly stressed area. But when we drive, some a quick tip for you as well. If someone drives and they cut you off or they say something at you, just think, oh, you know what? Let me forgive this person. They're probably constipated. Maybe it's not just that they're having a bad day. They're probably constipated. So constipation definitely impacts someone to be even more stressed. And it's very key to be able to clean out the entire gut, because again, one of the principles is this: 80% of our immune system lives right there. So then proper gut builds immunity, allows us to fight off disease more effectively. And even there's one of the doctors, Dr. Kellogg, he saw a direct connection between lots of illnesses and diseases that we have and our colon health, recognizing that individuals who had a very terrible colon health also, there was a wide range of illnesses that came about as a result of that as well. So we're going to see something together as we look more into colon cleansing and see basically some of the signs of a toxic colon, right? So for example, someone may ask, well, how do I know that I really need to clean out the colon? Like, what are the signs to know that I need a colon cleanse? Now, I'll tell you one major thing. If you haven't probably cleaned out your colon in 6 months to a year, then you need a colon cleanse, definitely, irrespective of any of those signs. But we're going to mention those signs as well, because those are very good indicators as well to know, like, hey, we need to also get on it and start right away. So for example, one of those signs would be constipation. And for anyone, how is that defined? If someone is constipated, how many bowel movements are they having? Like, how many bowel movements will be considered essentially constipation? Or in other words, let me ask this question: what is the regular amount of bowel movements we should have daily that will show that we are not constipated? What is the regular amount of bowel movements we need daily? So just let us know in the comments, in the chat, what is the normal amount of bowel movements we should be having every single day to show that we're not constipated? Or maybe if you want to answer every single week, it's up to you as well. Okay, yeah, so we have a lot of people saying that once you eat, your bowel should be able to move. So essentially, if you eat 2 meals a day, you need to be able to have a bowel movement for each meal that you've had. So that'd be 2 bowel movements daily. Or if you eat 3 meals a day, then on average, you'll need to have like 3 bowel movements. Anything short of that would lead you towards constipation. In fact, Dr. Keller's also mentioned that 1 bowel movement a day is chronic constipation. So if any one of you, that you may be having like 1 bowel movement per day right now, then essentially you are in the bracket of being, chronically constipated, and you need to be able to make a move right now. And that's what we'll be sharing with you today as well. So let's look at the other ones together.
So also we have bad body odor and also even bad breath. And you can imagine if you are toxic in your colon area, then you basically are walking sewage. And sewage don't smell good. And you know what fecal matter smells like, especially some of us who subsist on animal-based products. Just imagine putting meat out in 98-degree weather and just letting it sit there for a few days. What's going to happen? That's going to stink. And that's what's happening inside of your body. Some of you have bad breath and bad body odor because of what you're eating and how long it's staying inside of you. You know that meat doesn't have no fiber. And fiber is what helps us to go. And if that meat is sitting on there on average for 3 days, then you begin to smell. Body odor comes out. And also we have some skin problems too as well. We explained this before, that also the toxic matter tries to come out through the skin too. And then that comes out as eczema and so many different other skin issues that when the toxin tries to escape our body.
And other thing that you may probably feel would be like tiredness, or maybe you may have a level of fatigue, right? It really drains you. The more toxic your colon is, it's also very draining. Another one, like we mentioned, may be brain fog, right? Being able to have that brain fog, not that much of mental clarity. All that is impacted as well through just a toxic colon. And the final one, last but not least, trouble losing weight as well. And again, there are many other signs. Those are to name a few. There are many other signs. Okay, sorry about this picture there. We're not coming to this yet. But also, inability to lose weight, because why? A lot of people essentially are unable to lose a lot of weight because they backed up. Like we said earlier, you can have about 5 to 25 pounds that is stored in your colon area, right? And, for example, if someone is trying to lose weight is really 80% diet, 20% exercise. A lot of the times we gain a lot of weight is because what we put into our bodies. But also what we put into our bodies could typically even constipate us, where by just cleaning out the colon, we can actually lose 5 pounds very quickly, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds of waste that is unneeded and unnecessary, that is only doing damage, right? So that is what we want to be able to help you to do, is lose unwanted waste. So some of you might think, oh, well, I don't have much weight to lose. Well, that's fine. At least lose the unwanted weight that you do not want in your colon area that is actually being reabsorbed into your bloodstream and causing a lot of
And one of the ways that the body tries to keep itself balanced is if you are constipated and you have toxicity that is starting to build up in your colon area and so forth, then your body has diarrhea. It's trying to give your body a natural colon cleanse. And when we talk about helping the body overcome illness, what we want to do is to work with the body, what the body is already trying to do. So that one of the things that we want to do is to do a colon cleanser that allows you to go to the bathroom. And the body is naturally does it with diarrhea. So that's one of the signs there that you have a toxic colon. Also, you may have some gas or gas pain. People may have some gas buildup in the body, some bloating, and all those various things there that comes with a toxic colon as well. Another thing to keep in mind, you have digestive problems. So many different other digestive problems that we haven't listed here as yet on the screen, but there's so many different digestive issues that someone may face because of that as well. So we want to talk about some colon cleanse and some of the things that come out of you, or some of us, and these are pictures that people actually sent us. either at our lifestyle center or people send us through email by doing our cleanse. So we want to just look at some of these things there.
Also, viewer discretion is advised, just to let you know, the images you're about to see may be very graphic. And if you have a very weak stomach, if you may be eating a meal right now, you may want to consider closing your eyes. But if you have a tough stomach and you can eat and watch it, feel free to do so. Go ahead to, it's up to you.
And also, this is a good time to talk about share this video as much as you can. We add about a little over 100 people right now. We want to reach 200 people throughout our live stream on Zoom. So you want to make sure that you be able to share this with as much people as you can. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this afterwards, you want to just share this link with as much people as you can, and also subscribe to the channel as well. So these are some of the pictures here of people at our legacy center, or people who have sent us emails by doing our colon cleanse here. And as you can see here, there's a lot of stuff that is in the toilet. And then you want to look at colors, you want to look at texture, you want to look at so many different things there. And this person here will send us multiple pictures. And after multiple days, they still had stuff coming out of them. That's how backed up they were.
Oh, yeah.
And this is their some mucoid plaque that's coming out from someone's colon.
And a lot of times, individuals cleanse the colon area and they may not see the mucoid plaque on the first day, the second day, the third day. But come day number 6, day number 7, it's like these things are coming out and they're wondering like, wow, I never knew this was in me. Like I still have more that is in there. And again, that's what we want to do, is be able to help you get rid of those things that may be in you for months. Some of you may have things in there for even over a year, sitting down there. There's someone else at the center that we were able to assist with cleansing, and they were seeing their food from last week that was still in them, that was like coming out. Another individual saw like a chunk of meat with blood around it that was coming out as well. So again, you will be surprised, sometimes what you see coming out of you. And that's why it's very essential to be able to cleanse the colon.
Now just imagine that is inside of you here. What's happening to your body? Just imagine that is being reabsorbed into your bloodstream. That is very dangerous recipe here for disaster. We have somebody here, they have some stool that is a little bit discolored here, and some more tarry stool. It's a stringy, and sometimes it's very black and dark. And that's the indication here that has been sometimes in the colon there for probably months or even going on to years. That has been. So we have crevices in our colon, and sometimes these things are tucked away in the crevices of our colon and so forth as well. This is the email that they sent us here after doing the colon cleanser for a few days. They say, I have a concern. This is day 9. What did I say? I said day 9 of the cleanse, and I am still pooping and much too. Should I go on longer? They actually they should go on longer. Of course you should go on longer, right? This is graphic. I am sorry, but I had to show you what it has been like since day 1. The first picture is the last one I took today at 3:56 a.m. So this person has 9 days now, and it could be stagnant and putrefying your system, reabsorbing into your bloodstream.
And so again, we almost at the end of the poop, and everything else, right? The fecal waste, if you want to put it that way instead. So again, don't worry, we'll surpass this very soon. And but then those are all what's coming out.
Those are the pictures that the girl was sending us throughout the 9 days, just coming out day after day after day.
Great. So then the question always is, well, how do we solve it? What do we do to be able to get it out? What do we do to be able to clean out the bowels, the colon, and be able to get the proper relief that we need, remove the toxic waste from it? And that's what we want to share with you today, is being able to walk through some natural remedies that we can be able to use in getting our bowels moving, getting us to be very consistent, but also cleaning it out and detoxifying it. And then afterwards, we'll be sharing with you as well, very similarly for the liver, and how you could do the same. But we're going to start with a colon so that way we can see how we can help with that together.
Yeah, so there's many different things that you can do to help ease constipation. So we'll just start with just a few of them that we can highlight throughout this class here. Now, those of you who are on and who wants to get some notes from this class that we have prepared for you, make sure that you join the community that we have on WhatsApp. So we're going to send a link here right now in the chat. We're going to send a link for the community here. And also those who don't have WhatsApp, then you can send your email and we can get that to you as well. So you want to be able to get some of those notes and those recipes, even some of the stuff that we wouldn't even be able to cover throughout this class. You want to make sure that you sign up for that and join our community so that way you can be notified with all our information afterwards.
Okay, great. And we're going to start off with simple. And again, we'll be sending all that to you, like we mentioned. So feel free, hit that link, join in, and we'd love to be able to stay connected. So you can also stay updated as well when we go live every single week. And again, make sure you put it down in your calendar. I just want to emphasize this. Put it down in your calendar, put an alarm, put a reminder, whatever it is. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sundays, where we can be able to come join in together, learn about our health, especially for this new year. I think if any resolution we need is have a better health, better lifestyle, better practices. So again, and invite your friends, your family members, and everyone else, which you can continue to do so even right now. But again, we're going to start with some simple things that you could do to help the bowels. Then we're going to go into some other areas that will detoxify it even more. So let's start off very simple, very basic, something that maybe some of you might already know that you can implement, something that you can do even on a daily basis just to get your bowels moving first thing in the morning. And again, maybe some of you might know this as well, but it's very simple. It's called lemon water, right? If you're able to get like lemon, the juice of one lemon in like 2 cups of water or like 16 ounces of water, you take that lemon, or you can even do half. It depends on what you're able to do. You can either do half a lemon or you can do more. And if someone wants to bypass the lemon being in the mouth area, you can also drink it with a straw. But I recommend doing warm water, like really nice warm water, like you're making a tea, but you make it like a lemon tea. You squeeze the lemon in there, you put the warm water over it, and that warm water in the morning will really open up and really help to release a lot of the waste, right? It will help cleanse the body, open up the entire digestive tract for the day, and be able to get the peristaltic movement going, so that way you can be able to get that initial bowel movement. So the amount of water, the lemon, and everything else helps to be able to get that going first thing in the morning. So that is one simple thing that we recommend that you could do from home to be able to begin to clean out your colon. We're going to walk through some other areas too that will be that has more recipes to really get it going, because maybe this wouldn't work for like someone who is really constipated, but this is like a regular routine you can add in, alkalinize the body, blood, and also be able to experience proper bowel movement.
And here you need prune juice, you need some flax seeds, and prunes itself, pitted prunes. So you're gonna use 1 cup of pitted prunes, 1 cup of pitted prunes, 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, and then we're gonna be also using 3 cups of unsweetened prune juice. To even make the flax seeds a little more potent as well, you can even get the grounded flax seeds. And what you do here, you just blend this up inside a blender, and then you'll
Could you
take.
repeat, please? I was. Could you repeat?
So then this here is 1 cup of pitted prunes, 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, you can use some grounded flax seeds, and 3 cups of unsweetened prune juice. Now remember, we're going to be sharing all these recipes with you if you join our WhatsApp group chat here, where we'll be sending all the recipes with you here. And also you can leave your email if you don't have access to WhatsApp. So then this here, you blend this together, and then you take 1 to 2 cups per day as needed until desired results are achieved. So you can even take this at your breakfast time, or in the evening as a supper and so forth. So this is like a little smoothie here that you can drink here. You can take this before your breakfast and so forth. This will really help to get you going to the bathroom here. Prunes are pretty good in helping you move to the bathroom, and also flaxseed, high in fiber, and flaxseed is also gelatinous, so it can help with the mucus and it can help you to move to the bathroom as well. So this is just a simple, smooth move recipe that you can use to help you to go to the bathroom if you are constipated.
And also just to remind each and every one of you, towards the end of this, every single week, and also today, we'll be having a question and answer segment at the end. So again, feel free to write down your questions, drop it down somewhere. We'll be able to help in answering those towards the end. So again, if someone does want to share, you can feel free to communicate in the chat and so on as we go throughout this presentation. But towards the end, we'll all be able to have that time to ask very much more particular questions, but feel free to continue to communicate as well in the chat as we continue on.
And for those who are watching on YouTube, if you want to be more interactive and you want to be able to ask questions as well, make sure that you come on the Zoom time, which is from 4 to 5:30 every Sunday. All right. So this is our smooth move recipe that we can use there for constipation.
Great, great. And so then one of the final things I'll mention, because we do want to go into our liver cleansing so that we can also get some questions from you, is being able to do, well, there's several different ones that we can share. We'll see how many more we share, but we'll give you all the recipes again in the WhatsApp community group right afterwards. So one of the things I'll mention is how to be able to get an initial flush out, like, right away. Maybe something simple that maybe a lot of you might have at home already, or that's easy to get. I'm just going to mention something that's very easy to get, and that's with like what you call an Epsom salt flush. So again, this here is what you call like your Epsom salt, and essentially in there, it's of course magnesium sulfate. You want to make sure you get the one that's only Epsom salt without any other additional items. Then what I will typically do is, like, you will want to, with that Epsom salt, you want to basically get like a full cup, 8 ounces of it, in about 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt. So like, for example, and I would typically sometimes, just to make it dissolve a little better, I'll make the water like on the warmer side. So I'll do like 1 tablespoon into like 8 ounces of it. Okay, we'll take that, put it in, and you just mix that Epsom salt solution. Now, have anyone had Epsom salt before? Now, if you've had Epsom salt, it tastes great, right? It tastes delicious, does it? Well, of course, we know Epsom salt is very bitter. The taste might not be the most palatable to many. And one of the ways you can help in solving that, with cutting down the bitter taste a little bit, is adding some lemon to it. So you want to just squeeze a little bit of lemon to it, and that can actually help in cutting down the taste. But what happens is that you can, if someone is really backed up and really wants to like go right away, of course, this can really help in activating the bowels. You drink this, maybe you might even do it a second time in the next hour or something like that if you haven't gone as yet. But with some people, they get a very quick effect, maybe like 30 minutes and so on. Some people, it may take a little longer. But again, you take this, you take multiple dosages, if anything, you will notice that will actually get you going. So that's in cases where you really need to go, you're really backed up, and you really want to get moving. That is just a quick like remedy that you can actually do, and you can be able to make from home to be able to assist you with that.
So it's just discretion advised, using the Epsom salt there is very effective. And for some people, your colon might be more sensitive than others. So if you want a way to really go to the bathroom and you're really compacted and constipated, you can use this here, and you will, trust me, you will be going to the bathroom. And some of you might be blasting inside of the bathroom when you're done with that here. So that's just a way to just help to release a lot of that toxic buildup in your colon as well. Now,
somebody in the chat is saying that it's supposed to use on the outside of the skin. What are they saying?
Okay, so we'll address that. And then just for the, appreciate it so much, and just for the sake of everything, so that way with everything, the recording wouldn't be impacted too much. We'll sort of help answering a lot of those questions at the end, but we'll answer that one right now, right? We'll answer that one right now. So again, with like, let's say Epsom salt, there are certain ones that maybe you may probably use externally, but those have additional things added to it. Like, you don't want the ones that have the fragrances or any of those things added to it. Those things, definitely you probably just utilize that externally only. We don't, typically we don't even utilize any of the fragrances anyways. We just get the plain Epsom salt, just the single Epsom salt. If we do it externally, we may add essential oils, different things to it instead, our own essential oils. But then if you get the plain Epsom salt, then yes, you can be able to take it internally and you'll be able to utilize it. And we'll share with you as well, not only for the colon, but how you can actually utilize that for the liver flush out that we'll be sharing with you very soon as well.
Yep. And just keep in mind that, Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. And when you look at magnesium really helps with blood pressure. So then it can drop your blood pressure. I mean, it's not going to be very drastic, but it can affect. So that's just something just to keep in mind. So that way, if in the morning you have low blood pressure and you're taking medications and so forth, so just something to keep in mind as you take the Epsom salt as well. So we'll be going to our liver cleansing at this moment here. And we'll be talking about certain things here that you can do to cleanse your liver. And also we'll be looking at some signs there of why you would even need to cleanse your liver as well. So then we have, with our liver cleansing as well, we have signs of a toxic liver. We have persistent fatigue. And a lot of people they do feel tired and fatigued, and they're wondering, why am I fatigued and why am I tired? And sometimes it could just be the liver that needs a cleansing. And also we have digestive issues here. We know that not having a proper functioning liver can lead to regular bloating, gas, constipation, or diarrhea. This may be a liver dysfunction, because you know that the liver is also used in digestion as well. The liver produces bile, and that bile is stored in the gallbladder, and that is where it's being able to excrete into your small intestine and use in the production, in the breakdown of lipids, fats, and so forth. And just it aids in digestion. So having a dysfunctional liver can affect your digestion. And some of you might be having some digestional issues, and may even have issues with breaking down fats and so forth, and you're wondering what is happening to you. And something nice is just cleansing your liver can really help. And also we have a few things about, we have also unexplained weight gain, difficulty in losing weight, and sudden weight gain. And also we talked about here how your liver helps to break down fats and lipids. So if your body's not processing or breaking down the fat properly, then that may even lead to weight gain, and you're wondering, how comes I can't lose weight, and so forth. And it could just be a dysfunction in liver.
Yeah. Other things may be skin issues as well. Of course, a lot of people with skin issues, like even eczema has different aspects. You'll notice the liver is definitely one of the key aspects that you definitely want to be able to clean out. And it's very direct connection between a lot of our skin conditions that we have. If individuals having maybe lots of breakouts, eczema issues, psoriasis, and just different conditions, the liver definitely is something that will help you. By cleaning out the liver, you'll notice that you'll help in improving those conditions as well. Also, people with toxic liver may have darker urine. Of course, there may be multiple factors for that, but that's definitely a sign as well. As well as with abdominal pain. Sometimes abdominal pain could be something that may be as a result of a toxic liver. And another one to mention is jaundice. I know a lot of you might be familiar with that as well, very direct connection. And, individuals whose maybe the eyes may be a little more on the yellowish side and so on. A lot of times, of course, by detoxifying the liver, you'll notice that you can actually be able to help in eliminating that issue, right? So jaundice definitely is impacted by a toxic liver. Those are different signs that individuals may have who has a chronic, who has like a toxic liver. So we're going to be seeing how to be able to help in detoxifying the liver, but seeing, okay, what are some things that may be in our liver as well that we need to get rid of? And what we're going to share with you today as well is how you could do surgery without knives, right? Have any of you done surgery before? If you haven't done surgery before, well, we're going to teach you how to do surgery, right? And so we're not going to teach you how to do surgery with a surgical knife. We'll be teaching you how to do it with simple foods that you just ingest orally. And by that, we're going to share with you exactly what happens as well and how you can even detoxify your gallbladder, your liver. But also, if someone may be on the verge as well of having surgery or needing surgery to be able to remove their gallbladder as a result of gallstones and so forth, we're going to share with you this very same thing that can actually help save someone from losing the entire gallbladder, very essential component within our body that really helps storing a lot of the bile to help us to better be able to digest our fats and everything else more effectively. So we're going to share with you some images again, viewers discretion is advised. If you have very weak eyes, we'll tell you when to open your eyes again, but I'm sure all of you are good. You don't have to do it. You can close one eye and open the other one. That's fine, whatever.
Yeah, and this one looks a little bit better.
Yes. So that's...
Yep. So we have some images here. We're gonna see a mix of liver stones there. We call some of them cholesterol balls, gallbladder stones, and so many variant things based upon the color. The more yellowish, we have more cholesterol in there, more greenish, that makes it the bile, more on the liver stone side. So we just have different stones that come out of the system here. And just keep in mind here, some of these people have done our liver cleanse here. So we have a liver cleanser, and for those, we'll be talking about it some more here, but you can get a liver cleanser. And this here, what the liver cleanse does, we will be sharing a few recipes that you don't need to use this here, but what this does, it helps to dissolve or even to begin to break up those stones and to make it smaller and to break it up into pieces. So that way, when you let it go from your system, from your bile ducts, then they're a little more dissolved. So then this liver cleanser that we have people go on for about 7 to 10 days, and they take this liver cleanser, it really helps to dissolve some of those liver stones. So when you flush it out of your system, they come out as crumbs there. So these are some people here who done the liver flush at our center and also at home, who have taken pictures and who have sent it to us. And this is just wild here. The first time I saw this coming out, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I can't believe that this thing is actually coming out of me. I didn't have to do any surgery. And I know a few people go through surgery to get rid of the gallbladder. This is another sign here that you need a liver cleanse. Your gallbladder might be dysfunctioning. And also, my wife, I'm sure she don't mind me sharing this little testimony here. My wife had a very sensitive liver. One of those signs there is sensitive liver. When she would touch her liver, she would feel the pain here. It feels very sensitive. And even just her clothes, when her clothes would be against her liver area, it would feel very sensitive and uncomfortable. And I remember one time massaging her liver area and so forth, and she just felt like she wanted to throw up and so forth. It was very sensitive. So then, because my wife in the past probably living a very unhealthy life and so forth, and when she came into the truth and started learning about health, then she started making changes to her life, but then she had to do the cleansing. She had to get rid of some of the consequences of her own actions. So then she did quite a bit of cleansing. And one of those were the liver cleansing, and she did the liver cleanse. And then by doing the liver cleanser, she got rid of some of the stones from her liver, and she was able to touch her liver without feeling sensitive. And this is going to come out in the toilet bowl here. A lot of people ask, where does it come out? It's the liver, the stones and the liver stones and cholesterol balls and so forth is deposited into the small intestine, and those is channeled and pooped out, go into your colon and pooped out from your body and into the toilet. So it comes out from the rectum area. That's where these things come up. This is my wife here, who has a picture here after doing a liver cleanse, and you can see some of them are quite large. And this is not just all that came out of her. She probably had in that bag here, these are just some of the ones that she kept so she can show it around and take pictures and so forth. But she had probably over 50 to over 70 of those that was in the toilet that came out from her. And all of this is just in the liver and in the gallbladder. And some people ask the question like, how can all this fit inside of there? Exactly. That's the whole point. This thing is causing a traffic jam. This thing is causing congestion in the liver and the colon area. And just imagine your liver trying to filter out your system, right? And also it's trying to produce bile at the same time. And there's obstruction, which is from these liver stones. You want to make sure that you get those things out of your system. And you don't have to go throughout those, surgical procedures and so forth. Anybody can make any decision that they want to. You can make that if you're a medical professional. But what I do want to tell people is there is a way to get rid of some of the things from your body without using a surgical knife or going under anesthesia and so forth. You can do these things naturally.
No, definitely. And that's so important. I know someone is asking as well if we ship out those detoxes to Canada. Yes, we do. We do ship it out to Canada. And just so you know as well, like right now we mentioned about the liver one, which is extremely powerful. But something I think each and every one of you can take advantage of. I know last week we did share it. We made sure we situated everything so you can get an extra discount for it. But not only the liver, but we'll be going throughout this month throughout all the different channels of elimination. And what we've done is that we've implemented, you know, an entire what you call total body detox, right? Total body detox that has like liver cleansing in there. It also has like right here, you see there's one for like parasite cleansing, detoxification. We also have one for the kidney cleansing. And there are two more that I don't have with me right here, but for the colon and also another one for the blood and lymph. And what we have is essentially we have an entire guide that goes with it as well. So that way you can get all five. It's like five different cleanse items. And you can also get a guide that goes along with it that shows you exactly when to take it. So again, to kill off the parasites. It gives you all the recipes and everything, and it helps shows you how to put it into a schedule, how to be able to take all the teas, not all at once. It's broken up into 3 stages, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, where you take different teas at different time frames to be able to get that full total body detox, where you can release those stones, lose that unwanted waste, remove that fecal waste, kill those parasites, get a better health, get optimal health, and be able to get on track to experiencing the, you know, all that you need to be able to have overall health and well-being. So again, just to let you know, for those who are on right now, again, that offer is really right now exclusive, like it's really to those individuals that are on, that we shared with as well. Right now, you can get that total body detox kit for $97. So you can feel free to be able to get it. We'll also share the links in the chat so you can get access to that. However, in February, we'll actually be increasing the price to $147 because again, we've been doing this over the past years, and a lot of those herbs, a lot of those are extremely increased in pricing, but we still wanted to, as much as possible, give it for a very good pricing for many people to get access to. So we've kept it that way for a long time, but we do have to increase it come in the beginning of February to be increased to $147. So right now, you literally be getting $50 off. So we do ask you take advantage of that right now. You can get access to that, get a full body detox. If you continue on, for those who are unable to get it, that's fine. Continue to implement the things that we're sharing and the things that we're showing you all throughout this month. You'll still be able to get results that you need, right? With the entire body detox kit, it basically puts it all together and enhances the effects even a lot more and gives you a lot more results when you combine the herbal aspects with everything else. So it's really to get you more results. But, you know, if someone maybe say, okay, well, right now I'm in Jamaica, St. Lucia, and let us know where you're from as well. I know we had some people from different locations around the world, and I've been seeing different people joining the group from the UK, from South Africa to different locations. So let us know where you're from as well. We'd love to know. However, we do ship it worldwide. That's a great thing as well for anyone who wants access. So just wanted to let you know that. So go ahead, make sure you get that link because we'll be increasing the price coming February. So make sure you get access to it and get your order in right away.
Yes, and also if you have trouble making your order, you can just feel free to message one of the co-hosts in the chat here so they can be able to help you out with that as well. Some people are asking about pregnant women, can they take this? You know, we don't advise, especially with the parasite cleanse, to take it whilst pregnant, especially in the early stage of pregnancy. And also with our colon cleanser, we try to ask people to stay away from that, especially within the last trimester of pregnancy as well, because it can trigger the birth or early birth, which you just want to be able to use your discretion. Also, you want to contact your medical professional before taking any of those cleanses as well. So then what we wanted to do here is we just showed you how you can be able to do your cleansing, like the juices that we talked about our last class, and to combine that with actually cleansing each channel of elimination. And we want to show you some recipes here that you can use to be able to cleanse out your liver now. We just showed your colon. Now we want to show you things that you can use, natural remedies for your liver cleansing as well. So one of those cleanses there. So my brother spoke about one thing already that you can use for your liver. That is just drinking some lemon water in the morning. And what I wanted to do here is to show you also a liver gallbladder cleanse that you can use with that lemon as well. So just regularly drinking some lemon, squeeze 1 lemon or half a lemon in 2 cups of warm water. And that can help to not only alkalinize your blood, but also it can help in cleansing out your liver and your kidneys as well. You can give your body a good flush in the morning. But this is what you can do here for liver gallbladder cleanse. You can have your ingredients there, 30 lemons. We're going to be using in all. Going to be using also 1 cup of olive oil and also 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt here. Or might be using a little more than that. And I'll be showing you here how you can use this here for a liver gallbladder cleanser. Now, preparation for this cleanse, this is something that you can do to make it more effective. If you're not going to take our colon cleanser and you probably not ready to buy it as yet, you're not ready to take this as yet, this is what you can do here in preparation to help to, dissolve those stones a little more. So that way, when it comes out of your bile duct, it's not as big as a golf ball, right? Because some people have some big stones inside of them, and the liver really begins to swell up and your gallbladder becomes really deformed and abnormal.
No, definitely. And that's why, like, in a lot of pictures, you'll notice the stones are smaller. Sometimes people will see like hundreds of stones, but it's really broken down because we've implemented our entire cleanse kit where they do the liver teas and so on. It really breaks it down a lot. So that way it looks like a lot of stones, but it's like bigger stones that was in there that the body is able to break down through those natural teas that breaks those stones, right? But we're going to share with you that recipe here.
So then what you need to do in preparation to that cleanse, you want to be able to you can do some juicing with apple juice. So what you can do, there are different ways that you can go on and do this flush here. So one way that you can do it is to go on a juice cleanse, like we spoke about last week, for anywhere from 3 to 7 days. So you just go on a juice cleanse, 3 to 10 days, actually 3 to 10 days, go on a juice cleanse, and you can juice, like, let's say, apples. And the reason why you want to do some apples, because apple has something inside of there, a phytochemical called malic acid. And malic acid helps to break down, dissolve some of the liver stones in your liver. So then malic acid in there as well. And also lemons and melons as well. It's didn't say lemons, melons. Melons are pretty good as well in helping to break down those liver stones too. So you can do from honeydew to cantaloupes to watermelons. And if you want to do raw, you can eat it raw as well. Eat lots of raw apples. You can go on a raw diet for 3 to 10 days if you want, prior to doing the flush that I'll be sharing with you in a little bit. So you can do that raw. So you can eat a lot of melons for, like, let's say, breakfast and lunch and supper. You can just have some melons and apples for your raw to help to begin to dissolve some of the stones there in preparation for your cleanse. Or you can do the juice cleansing prior to your cleanser, the flush that I'll be sharing if you're in flush. So this is the flush here. So then what you do, the flush will consist of 3 days here that you'll be doing your flush. For those of you who will be taking the liver flush here, we do have a flush instructional of what you can do here. And you can do the flush in just, one night and the morning time. So it's you shorten the flush time period because this really helps to dissolve some of the stones there. So then for those who are not doing that cleanser, this is something that you can do as well. For those who are doing the cleanse, you can do this as well. It doesn't hurt, but especially for those who are not doing our liver cleanser. Day 1, you want to juice 5 lemons with a 1/3 cup of olive oil. And I'll explain to you exactly what is happening here afterwards. So you can take this down, but we're going to be sharing with you this recipe here in the WhatsApp group. So keep that in mind as well. So day 1, juice 5 lemons with a 1/3 cup of olive oil. Day 2, juice 10 lemons with a 1/3 cup of olive oil. Day 3, juice 15 lemons. So you just keep adding 5 lemons each day. So day 3, juice 15 lemons with a 1/3 cup of olive oil. So then you'll be doing that for the 3 days here. And then on the third day, before you take that lemon juice with olive oil, this is what you can do here. So we're going to be having a few stages here of taking the liver flusher. So what you want to do is you want to make a mixture with the Epsom salt. You're going to make an Epsom salt mixture here. So what you're going to do is take 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt, 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt with 24 ounces of water, 24 ounces of water. 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt with 24 ounces of water. And then, as my brother mentioned before, to help to cut in the taste of the Epsom salt, you can add some lemon. You can squeeze some lemon inside of there as well. And that can help to cut down on some of the taste of the Epsom salt solution, the cocktail that we're showing you here. But also, you can use a straw and put the straw to the back of your tongue, because, you know, your tongue have taste buds and you taste things, you know, through the tongue. So if you can bypass your tongue a little bit, then you can cut down on some of that taste in your mouth there. And what you do on the 3rd day, before taking the lemons with the oil solution, you can be able to take at 5 o'clock, you would take your first set of that Epsom salt solution. So you'll be taking 6 ounces of that Epsom salt, water, and Epsom salt solution, the cocktail, 5 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, you take another 6 ounces of that as well. So at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, you take 6 ounces. And then right before going to bed, so if you go to bed 8:45, 9 o'clock, you want to make sure that you do it before going to bed. Then you take that olive oil and lemon juice solution here. And each night prior to taking the lemon and olive oil, you want to make sure that you take it before going to bed as well. Because it can make you feel a little bit nauseous on the nauseous side, because your body is just producing a lot of bile and so forth that's going on in your body. It makes you feel a little nauseous. So then remember, 5 o'clock, 6 ounces of Epsom salt, 7 o'clock, 6 ounces of Epsom salt. That's on the 3rd day. And then at 9 o'clock or before going to bed, you take that that lemon with olive oil. And then you just lay down on your side. You can lay down on your left side. You can put your leg up if you want to as well. And then you'll be able to, so some of you might go in the night, but usually you'd begin to start going in the morning with the Epsom salt solution. So then in the morning as well, when you wake up in the morning, you want to take another, at about 6 o'clock in the morning, you want to take another 6 ounces of the Epsom salt solution. And then at 8 o'clock in the morning as well, a.m., then you want to take another 6 ounces of that Epsom salt solution. So 24 ounces in all. And area, you might be able to skip 2 of the last Epsom salt solutions, but you just want to make sure that you monitor your body, how often you're going. If you feel like you're going too much, just skip 1 of them. So then this is what you'll do here to flush out the liver. So then now to explain what is going on here. So we have the olive oil and we have the lemon, and we also have Epsom salt with some water as well. So then the olive oil helps to secrete bile, and that bile it begins to push out some of that. Remember, bile breaks down fats, lipids. So it begins to push out the bile, which begins to push out some of those stones, that is, or cholesterol balls and so forth, that is in the liver and in the gallbladder as well. And with the Epsom salt, as we said before, is magnesium sulfate. And remember, magnesium dilates, is dilative, so it helps to dilate the bile ducts. So it opens up the bile ducts. The oil helps to push out the bile, so it pushes out the stones. So then when you open up the bile ducts, the stones can come out freely. And then also the lemon juice helps to break down, dissolve those stones a little more as well, to make sure that you don't have those big golf balls coming out into your small intestine, probably clogging up your system and so forth. So this is just the flusher that you would do to be able to flush out your liver and to push out those stones from your liver, deposit into your colon, and you eliminate it. You poop it out through the rectum. And that's why it's so important to do like either raw or even do the juicing prior to that. So that way you can begin to regulate your bowel. So that way you're not backed up and the stones get trapped inside of your colon. You don't want to have those stones trapped inside your colon. Or you can take our colon cleanser prior to that as well. So usually we take our colon cleanser together with our liver cleanse. So that way your colon is cleaned out. So by the time those stones and so forth are deposited into your colon, you're not backed up and it doesn't stay inside of there. It all comes out into the toilet.
Definitely. And also someone's asking if those different cleanses will actually help do the same thing in relieving the stones. Yes, definitely. If the full cleanse kit, it really would help too. Of course, we'll have a guide with it. With the cleanse kit, you get a guide. That way you can be able to like have the schedule, all the recipes, everything structured out on how you can achieve it. Now, if you just get the liver cleanse by itself, usually it's mainly comes with the instructions to the back of it, which is how to be able to take in the tea. That will help in relieving inflammation from the liver, being able to detoxify the liver, being able to break up those stones. But in order for you to fully release it, within the guide that comes with the cleanse kit is what we recommend. If you want to be able to release those stones, be able to also get the benefits of all of detoxifying as well, then on the full cleanse kit, that's where you get the guide. That will also give you those additional recipes to really pump out the liver stones by doing everything together. And if someone doesn't have, like, let's say a liver cleanse, like for those at home, I would recommend you still do the liver tea to really get the benefits of everything, but you don't have to do the flush out, right? You don't have to do the flush out, but you can go ahead and still do the liver tea if you don't have a gallbladder to still get the results of detoxifying your liver and being able to get the benefits of it.
And also, somebody asks if it's good for fatty liver. Of course, that's what you're helping. You're helping your liver ailments. There's so many different liver issues that you have, and taking this liver cleanser can really help with all various types of liver and gallbladder issues that someone might be facing.
No, definitely. We've had guests coming in with Belgian livers to the side and so on. And by the time they were done with cleansing, I mean, the clothing were able to fit them a lot better. They were able to notice that inflammation was completely gone. So again, with any of those sort of liver issues, liver conditions, jaundice, and all those other factors, being able to detoxify, cleanse your liver, and doing that entire cleansing definitely will be able to help and benefit you in that way. And so what we're going to do is we will go open up for question and answers. So that way throughout the rest of our time together, we can be able to get questions and answer those. What I will suggest in order for us to do this properly is I'll ask you to just show by raising your virtual hand. Now, don't sit at home raising your hand. We wouldn't be able to see you. But on Zoom, raise your virtual hand. But when we see the hands up, then we can be able to ask you one by one. We'll call out your name. So that way you can unmute yourself and we can help in answering those questions. So we're going to get into our question and answer segment. So feel free to raise your hand so that way we can be able to help basically answer questions in the order that we see the hands being raised up right now.
And also those who are on YouTube, if you want to be able to ask questions, just feel free to come on our Zoom. You can join our WhatsApp group so then you can get notified when we go live, and then you can ask your questions as well. And we just thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to the channel because we will be posting up all these classes here on our YouTube channel here, our Eden Lifestyle Live channel.
And for those who are unaware of how to raise their hands, basically towards the bottom of your screen, you will notice it will be there. That will be where you see, towards the bottom of your screen, you'll see reactions, and you can be able to click raise hands. You can be able to click raise hand. And again, for those, we'll be coming to the questions right now, but for those who are on and not yet in our WhatsApp community, again, feel free to click that link. If you're on YouTube, you'll see it in the description. If you're on Zoom right now, we'll be sending that link in there so that way you can join our WhatsApp community. You'll be getting all the recipes that we shared, a lot more information. You get all the notes for today, all the notes that we have for today, as well as you'll be alerted with anytime we go live. And again, feel free to save it on your calendar, save it in your alarm, so that way every Sunday, 4 p.m. that you can be able to join in, and don't come alone. Invite a friend as well, that they can be able to get that information. So we're going to go to the questions right now, and we're going to also drop the link. Someone asked for the YouTube link. We're going to drop it in the chat as well, so you can subscribe to it. Subscribe to it right now. Usually we go live on the YouTube. Today we weren't able to, but we'll be posting up the recording on YouTube, and we'll be sending it in the WhatsApp chat once we go live. So if you want to get that exact live link once it's up, be in the WhatsApp chat. We'll send that to you. But for those who want to stay alerted, subscribe. You'll see that link where you can go ahead and subscribe right now. So that way you can be able to get updated with all the upcoming videos. And also, if you were not on last week, go to the previous video of last week as well, and you can look at that recording and you can share it with as many people as you like.
And I see someone ask a question here that is not in the recording. As we get ready for those who to give your voice questions. We also have some in the chat there. Somebody asked, can you take lemon water every morning for the rest of your life? Yes, you can. You know, just some things to keep in mind. You know, lemon is, you know, acidic. We do have a more of an alkaline environment in our mouth. And, you know, the acidity, especially if it stays in our teeth and so forth, can, you know, begin to erode some of the enamel in our teeth. So then you can even drink your lemon water with a straw if you want to, you know, bypass your teeth. So that way you can help your enamel. So some people worry about that as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, you can take lemon juice. There's no problem with taking lemon juice with every day.
Great, great. Also, Maureen, we asking Maureen Lang to unmute yourself and ask your question. And yep, you can go ahead.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
My
good
question is, first of all, I'm going to purchase the kit.
Okay.
And I would like to know how am I supposed to do it? Is it tea? Those are tea bags?
Okay, great. So then, good question as well. So then, with all the different cleanse items towards the back, it will give you instructions on how to prepare each particular one. Some are powders, some are cut and sift herbs. However, we also give you a small little guide, right? A small guide with it that will walk you through the schedule, how to do it in a very simple way, so you can carry it out at home, right? So you'll get a guide with it that gives all instructions. And if ever you have a question, then on each product or on the guide, you will have our contact information, so you can be able to reach out if you have any additional questions pertaining to that. But all instructions will be in the kit that you receive.
And also, you know, I want to appreciate everyone that is making purchases and also making donations to our ministry. This is what helps to support us. You know, just this product is not somebody else's. This is actually the product that we manufacture here. And we manufacture this product here based upon helping people, hundreds of people, overcome the illnesses. So this is some of the things that we use at our Lysa Center. This is the cleanser that we use here. And we have everyone that comes into our Lysa Center, the first thing that we put them on is a cleanse. So we cleanse the colon, the liver, the blood, the lymphatic system, just a full body cleanse and detox. So thank you so much.
All right, Maureen, hopefully we help in answering your question there.
Yes, thank you.
Great. All right, so the next person we have here would be Natalie. If you can go ahead and unmute yourself, that way we can be able to, you can ask your question. And again, as much as, okay, yeah, you go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. First, I want to say thank you guys for using your platform. I really appreciate it. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in May and underwent surgery, and through God's grace, I'm doing much better. However, I want to continue on that path. So what I would like to know is, I do eat these things on a day-to-day basis. Is this okay if I'm continuing with treatment and radiation, which haven't started yet? Is that okay? I know Miss Inga online, she answered a lot of the questions, so I appreciate that. Another question is, I asked if I have an 11-year-old daughter, is she allowed to take it? And Miss Inga said you could take half of the dose or less. And how often should you detox or cleanse? Thank you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so the first one is, can you take this together with doing chemotherapy, radiation, and different, just conventional treatments and so forth, modalities? Yes, you can. You can, take it, you can take anything together with those treatments, but just keep in mind that, chemotherapy and so forth is cytotoxic. So it's basically poison. And what it does, it kills the cells in your body. And the hope is that it will kill the cancer cells before it can kill the good cells in your body. And what it does, it can wipe out your immune system and so forth. But then, just studies have shown that just going on a fast, just stop eating food for a few days can put the cancer cells in a situation where the cells become more unstable and your immune system can attack it. And it actually helps to accelerate programmed death of your cancer cells. So taking it together with chemotherapy, yes, it will make the chemo a little more effective and so forth, but just keep in mind that chemo can wipe out your immune system. So then the moment you stop the chemo and the cancer cells is still there, it hasn't been killed off, and then your immune system is wiped out, then what happens afterwards is that the cancer begins to grow even more rapidly because your immune system, there's something called immunotherapy, where your immune system itself attacks the cancer cells and begins to destroy it. And one of these classes, we do want to talk about cancer as well. And for those of you who are watching as well, asking many questions, in the chat, we wanted to put as well where you can buy our advanced natural remedies course. And in that course, we cover so many other subjects like high blood pressure, and we talked about cancer is a big one that we talked about in that class as well. And we have about 3 hours on cancer and different remedies and herbal products that herbal stuff that you can use for that as well. So we're going to share how you can get this course here so you can help yourself with cancer and so forth.
Thank you. Thank you. So
I think the next question you talk about was dosage, right? For an 11-year-old. Yes. So you can do half of the dose. And how often should you do that cleanse? You can do a cleanse. We do a cleanse personally once every year. You can do it, at least once a year, once to twice a year is a good gauge to just do a cleanse and help to detoxify your body.
And also for your daughter, definitely, you can be able to go ahead and, you can cut the dosage in half. 11 years old, that's good. We've done cleanses with people at around that age as well, 11, 12, 13, and so on. Perfectly fine. You can use half the amount. For certain things like the parasite cleanse, we'll recommend maybe using apple juice connected with it, because again, the certain teas that we have, especially the parasite, may not necessarily be the nicest tasting. So again, making it more palatable for younger ones will definitely help a lot more. But they can still do those herbal teas. It's still fine. They can do it. And if they want to do the smooth move like we gave earlier with the prunes, even that works very well for a younger individual. For bowel cleansing and so forth, you can utilize those.
So someone say, can somebody with high blood pressure take your products? Yes, it's the products here is there to help you to overcome your illnesses. And a lot of times, as we said before, we become sick because the body is working overtime, trying to eliminate toxic waste from your system whilst trying to overcome the disease at the same time. So then if you can eliminate one of those things there, which is the toxicity that is in your body, then your body is better able to fight disease and so forth. So then, yes, doing a cleanse can help with high blood pressure. That's what it's meant for, to help with so many varying types of illnesses and diseases, because, having those toxic eliminated organs can actually raise blood pressure and so many different things that can be affected as a result of having a toxic system.
So this time, what we're going to do, I know we have like 6 hands, so we're going to try to get those, and we're going to prioritize those as well that have raised their hands, because I know you've been waiting. And so we're going to go through the list and see how we can answer it as quick as possible to make sure we can cover that before we end off for today. And again, but we thank you so much for joining so far. So let's cover those as best as we can. We have Denise, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, good day. Thanks for your program. Sorry for any noise in the background. I'm a very petite person. I have no belly fat either. So I have a question about taking lemon water every morning. I hope not to lose weight. So I'm wondering if that's good to take every morning still, because I'm very small and I don't intend to lose any weight.
Yeah, so good question as well. So like the effects on definitely the lemon water could help lose weight, but if you're already petite, it will not be something that would be as dramatic where you begin to lose a lot of weight as a result of doing the lemon water. But a lot of the weight too that you lose, you know, of course, it will really clean out the bowels, lose the weight that you do not actually need. But one of the things we do recommend if you like really petite and you want to be able to gain it is just, you know, add on to your regular meals a lot more of those tropical foods, right? A lot of the tropical foods that you can have on more of your avocados, your coconut, different foods like that that are more fattening, healthy plant-based fatty foods, fat foods, not like unhealthy fatty foods. Of course, there's always unhealthy and healthy versions of those things. So if you get a lot more healthy plant-based fat sources, that'll definitely help with even doing a £30. Imagine that. Imagine I can gain 30 pounds. What did I look like when you know, even my sister gained like 25 pounds after being plant-based and everything else. So again, and that is like healthier weight, not where it's like, you know, lots of fat in certain areas, but more healthier muscle weight as well.
Yeah, and also just something to keep in mind. I know a lot of sometimes West Indian people or people, you know, from African countries and so forth. They have this mindset about being skinny or small, and sometimes people are not even that skinny, and they say, "Oh, I'm too small," but they're normal weight. So what you want to do is to go online and search for a BMI calculator. You're going to put in your height here, and you're going to put in your age and so forth. You're going to put in some information and your weight, and it's going to tell you the BMI range of what is normal, what is underweight, and what is overweight. And some of you will be surprised to see that you are overweight. So you want to make sure that you understand the weight that you're supposed to have, because some of you, you're totally fine. Like a lot of people have come to our center here, you're totally fine in normal range. But because we want to look a little more heavier, because some of us have this mindset that heavier is healthier, but that's not always the case. So you want to just make sure that you're in your normal BMI range as we look to see what weight we should be in.
Great. Also, very quickly, and again, as we go through those, as soon as you we call your name, and again, we do recommend you always putting your name on the Zoom so that way we can identify you. But once we call your name, feel free to unmute. If you do not unmute in a few seconds, I'm sorry, we do have to move on to the next person for the sake of time. So I see user here. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Ask your question.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. How are you
Good
again?
afternoon. Doing great.
Okay. I am asking, appreciating the program so far. Happy for it. Could you please tell me, is it okay if I purchase only the lymph cleanser, as I just want to make sure that those are okay? I've never done it before. I've never even known that you could have cleansed your lymph.
Yeah.
Second question is,
Lymph
taking
node.
charcoal, will it affect you if you drink charcoal like too regularly?
Okay. Also, for the first question, are you referring to your lymph or your liver?
Lymph.
Okay, lymph. Okay,
Yeah.
good, great.
So yeah, so then yeah, you can purchase the cleanse singularly. So on the website as well, the Easy Series website, easyseries.com, we do have where you can purchase individual cleanses as well. So yes, you can do any individual cleanse if you want to as well. Most effective to do all of them together if you've never done the cleanse before, but you can do that as well.
And for your other question, charcoal, you can take charcoal, but again, continued use of charcoal because it's a binder, it can also constipate you. When you take charcoal, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of liquids, but we don't recommend taking it for an excessively long period of time because of how it can bind your colon and make you more constipated. But charcoal is extremely effective, extremely powerful. Maybe very soon we might be doing charcoal remedies, but that's something we recommend every single person having in their home.
Yeah, so then you don't want to take it for probably more than 2 weeks at a time. And then you can just take it, take a break 2 weeks and then take a break another 2 weeks and take 2 weeks again, because charcoal also can absorb, you know, some of your nutrients from your body too as well. So you want to just keep track of that too.
All right, Shelly, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, good afternoon. I was calling in specific regarding to fatty liver.
Okay.
Firstly, if we're doing the regimen, is it recommended to juice prior to doing the 3-day lemon cleansing? And then while we're on the lemon cleanse, do we do the coffee enemas?
Okay, good.
Yeah, so then we do recommend doing the juicing for optimal results. As I mentioned before, whilst we were talking about the liver cleanse. So optimal results, you want to do the juicing, but you can do raw as well. And we spoke about some of the things that you can do as raw. You can do some melons, all various types of melons, and also some apple as well, which has a malic acid in there and so forth. And you can also juice that as well. You can juice the apples, you can juice the melons. You can do some other juices too as well, like carrots, which is good for the liver too as well, and different types of juices that you can make. So we talked about this our last class. If you have gotten our document that we shared with you in our WhatsApp group, we do have some juice recipes. So you can just go on a juice cleanse where you stay away from food for a certain amount of days, and you can do about 4 of these juices, 16 ounces throughout the days, and you can do juice cleanse from 3 to 7 days. And on your last day of your cleanse, you can do the flush out. We do have an instruction here that we're going to be sending you after this class. You can do a flush out for one night, and then in the morning you flush out the stuff. And if you're not doing our like liver cleanse and so forth, you can do a little longer flush out for 3 days. So the last 3 days of your cleanse, you can do the flush out as we explained with the lemons as well.
And throughout the cleanse, like you asked about the coffee and milk, we wouldn't speak much about it right now, although we don't recommend coffee internally, but of course with the external application through the just through the sigmoid colon area, you can do that throughout your cleansing as well. That works. So Marsha Lee, we're going to ask you to unmute yourself. Marsha Lee.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you guys?
Wonderful, wonderful.
So I had comment earlier, and I'm so grateful for the platform so far. Made a comment about pregnant women. I know you guys had made a comment about the parasite and stuff. So before I got pregnant, I was a frequent bowel movement. I had frequent bowel movement. Now that I'm pregnant, I don't have frequent bowel movement, and I'm trying other things like remedies, like prune juice and stuff like that to clean out my colon so I could poop, but unfortunately that's not working. So is the colon cleanse something that I could take, or do you guys recommend something else?
Yeah, so then you can take the colon cleanse. And as I said before, you just want to be a little more careful the closer you get to pregnancy, because some of those colons, the things that help you to move, colon, can also induce labor. So that's something that to just keep in mind. But yes, you can take, especially the early stages, first, second trimester and so forth. You can do that as well. But also you just want to keep in mind that you want to be able to drink a lot of water, and also you want to eat a high fiber diet as well together with that. And especially if you're taking like supplements like iron and so forth, those things can constipate you as well. So you just want to make sure you increase your fiber and your water intake, and you get some exercise too as well.
Yeah, and also if you do take our colon cleanser, it's not just an immediate laxative effect, so it's more slow acting. So it's not like you take it immediately, you go right away. It's not like a laxative effect. So you do also have to drink lots of water with it to be able to make it more effective. If you want more of that immediate effect, just to really get you going initially, Senna can also help. You can also get like Senna capsules, maybe like 2 capsules, and be able to do that as well. Of course, Senna by itself sometimes with certain individuals, it's a griping effect, but it's it will definitely help as well, get you going.
Yeah. So and then keep in mind as well, if you at the end stage of your pregnancy, Senna those things can induce labor as well. So you just want to keep that in mind before taking some of those things here.
All right, we're going to move on to Ria. If you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. Thank you so much for this beautiful program. So quickly, I have a friend that called me. She did the 7 day of juicing, and she wanted to find out if she could have taken like a colon cleanse. She does not have the product that you're displaying there, and I did the cleanse that with you guys, and it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that green stuff came out like you were talking about.
Yeah, I remember, talking to you over the phone and so forth. Yes.
Yes, so it worked. So I wanted to do it again, but nevertheless, my friend, she did a juicing and she was asking me. So I said, well, no, you got to take the drink that they give you first, which is the bag with the liver cleanse that you have right there. So does she necessarily have to do that, or she can just do, like, I think you were talking about a flush with the olive oil or something? And
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So,
So the
far-
last
yeah, but I'm sorry, you had the last question?
No, I was just saying,
Okay.
so she on the 7th day of the juicing, she's done now. So she wanted to just do something. So I said, well, I think you had to take some type of herb to kind of break up the stuff, the bile or whatever, to get it out before you do it. So I wasn't sure what to really tell her. So what are your recommendations?
Okay, good question as well. So what I'll say as well, if she's already done with the cleanse and she started eating already, a lot of times we do recommend people doing it the day before the last of the cleanse. The reason why is because all those stones are being deposited into the colon area. And usually while you're cleansing, the colon area is more like cleaned out. So if you're already eating and so on, then we don't want stones being stuck into the colon area and so forth. So that's why we recommend doing it together with a cleansing program. And again, in addition to that, let's say if someone was unable to do like the herbal cleanser that would really help in breaking it down a lot more, then that's what we recommend, even if someone did juices like the apple juice that has high malic acid to help soften up those stones too, or maybe even carrot juice, maybe the melons, all of those can be able to be assisted and can be able to be utilized that will assist in the process. But definitely, we do recommend the day before the last of actually doing that cleansing, because when it's deposited into the colon, you want that to also come out and to be able to be removed from the body as well. So that's what we would recommend. If she's already off her cleanse, then sometimes she can even do like a 3-day cleansing again or something like that to really get it over with. Or if she wants to maximize on the entire cleansing program, she can be able to get the entire kit, that could be able to help.
Yeah, and before we get to our last question here, our last question for tonight, someone asked about, about the classes and the advanced natural remedy course. And just to be very brief, our advanced natural remedy course, we covered an extensive amount of hours where we talk about different subjects. We talk about high blood pressure, we talked about cancer,
Women health,
women
disease.
issues. We even talk about the immune boosting issues and so forth, and how to boost the immune system, and just general different types of ways to overcome general illnesses. And we also had classes on how to do herbal mixtures, formulas, and how to do decoction, and how to, just to be able to make your different teas and so forth. And we even put in some bonuses there in how to make elderberry syrup and so many different stuff in our advanced natural remedy course. And somebody asked, is it self-led or is it at your own pace and so forth? Yes, it's all recorded. We all have it on our platform, on our Eden Lifestyle website, and you can play the videos and you can pause the videos. We also have a manual that is included with those classes as well. And the manual has so much more remedies than we've spoken about in this class here. So if anybody wants to take the course, you can be able to click the link in the chat, and also on YouTube, you'll be able to click the link in the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch this this class and go throughout this class there at your own pace. You can pause, you can even come back the next year and watch some of the videos here, because the videos live online. So once you have access to those classes online, you can go back and watch those videos at any time. You can pause, you can take notes, and you can do so many various things there with our advanced natural remedy course, more than what we can cover here in this 1 hour time that we have here with you guys.
Also, we have also added even bonus presentations, PowerPoint presentations that you can actually have, that you can also utilize as well. And just the bonuses of the training manual, the PowerPoints, that alone covers the entire training. So with you also getting the entire training with all the different classes, videos from all the different teachers, definitely it will be something that will really impact you in a positive way, where you can learn, you can apply, and you can also share with others as well. So again, that link is in the chat for anyone who wants to get that advanced natural remedies training. Go ahead, you can get that link, and you know, you can click on it and also get access to that. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'll be more than happy to help in answering those. And our final question for tonight, as we end off, would be from phone 3 IV. Unmute yourself. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, good evening. This is my first time joining this platform.
Oh, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for
and
joining.
You're welcome. I was diagnosed with fatty liver, excuse me, and I realized that I'm gaining a lot of weight in the upper part of my stomach, and I'm not sure what's the reason for that, because my diet is plant-based, so I'm not sure. But what I started to do last week was the organic coffee enema, which I am not successful in having a proper one done because I'm not able to retain the water. Just listening to your program, I just ordered the liver flush. So my question is, will that do? Will just that liver flush that I order do the job?
Yes. So then, so that's what the liver flush is for. So you can take that liver cleanser, and that will eliminate some of the stones and so forth that may be causing your liver to become clogged up and so forth. So yes, that is what it's made for. And also something to keep in mind, you know, people, you know, you have been on a plant-based diet, many others may have been on a plant-based diet, eating healthy and so forth. We do have some things that we've done in our prior life. And that's just something to keep in mind. And we have to still suffer the consequences sometimes of the things that we have done prior. And that's why we do cleansing. God has given us the herbs for the service of man. So he can give us a second chance, the consequences of our own actions. So you can do the liver cleanser to help to remedy that situation here. Now, with my wife, she had a sensitive liver, as I said before. When she touched it, she had also, it was bulging a little bit, like you're talking about here. And she did that liver flush. And she actually did about 2 or 3 of them. And probably on the second time when she did it, then she found out that she had some, like she was back to normal and so forth. The first time she found tremendous relief, and it was very positive for her. But just to be on the safe side, she did it twice in that same year. And then afterwards, you know, just regular maintenance, she had done so, you know, sometimes you can do it, you know, it doesn't hurt to do it twice in a year. But you can, yes, definitely just doing the liver cleanse would help you to clean out the liver. And depending on how backed up you are, your colon, or how clogged up your liver is, then that may help whether how much of that you need to do, how much of the liver cleansing you need to do.
And keep in mind, if you got the just the liver cleanse by itself, the only instructions you'll get will be behind the package, how to use it, how to take it, and you can use it for like 7 to 10 days. However, for you to also be able to get the entire guide that comes with, you know, the flush out and everything else, then all that is within the cleanse kit. So doing a full cleansing, the full cleanse kit will actually be more effective in that aspect. But you can do the liver tea by itself as well, get the results, break up the stones, help with the inflammation there, detoxify. But if you do the full cleanse kit, you get the guide that will also guide you on even doing the flush outs and everything else. So again,
yeah. And also, for those who are asking about receiving the PDF and receiving the notes from this class, you want to make sure that you join our WhatsApp community. If you're not able to join our WhatsApp community, some of you say you're clicking the link and it's not going through for you, then you can just send the number into the chat. One of our moderators will help you to add you into our community in WhatsApp. And for those who don't have WhatsApp, you can be able to share your email address here, where we can send you that ebook through via email. So that's just something to keep in mind. You will be getting all the notes, the recipes, and everything from this class to go along with this class.
Yeah. So
So
that's
can
it
you
for-
still have,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So can you, while taking the tea, can you still have your meal? Can you still have a complete meal?
Yeah, so as I said before, the optimal way to do it is to go on a juice cleansing whilst you're doing your detox. So doing a juice cleanse between 3 to 10 days And then you can take that tea. The tea is for 10 days. You can take that tea throughout that time as well. That's optimal. You can, the next one that we recommend is doing a raw. So you can do raw diet. And then the not so optimal, but it can still work, is eating together whilst doing the flush. But then prior to doing the flush, then you abstain from food and so forth. However, just keep in mind that you want to make sure your colon is all cleaned out before doing the flush, so that way the stones can be eliminated into the toilet and it's not stuck there if you're backed up in your colon and now you're adding some more stuff in that backed up colon as well. So that's just things to keep in mind.
Yeah. So finally, again, for those who want the recording, we'll send the link one for the WhatsApp. Make sure you're in the WhatsApp group as we're about to end off right now. So make sure you're in the WhatsApp group. Also, we'll send you the link for our YouTube channel, right? Because that's where we'll be posting. And again, it's not our main YouTube channel. It's a new YouTube channel that we've set up. So you want to subscribe to that. It's called Eden Lifestyle Live. Eden Lifestyle Live. All our lives, recordings will be placed on there. So you'll have the link for the live, Eden Lifestyle Live. So you want to hit the subscribe button and you want to begin to share it with people. So that link could be shared to as many people. They can watch it at their own convenience and free time. So you can share that link as much as possible, far and wide, to individuals, wherever they are, whatever location. I know some people, because of the time zone, may not be able to make it at this time. Like, for example, someone in Africa, maybe it might be very early morning. If you're from Africa and you're here right now, bless your heart, happy that you were able to join as well. And again, just want to thank you all for being part of this entire class together. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Next week, Sunday at 4 p.m., we'll be able to go through our next class together. We look forward to having each and every one of you. And so that way we can continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to experience the health and wellness that God desires for us.
And I know somebody is having issues. They say enrolling in our advanced natural remedies course. You can just, if you are on WhatsApp, you can send one of the moderators in the WhatsApp group. They send us a message to help you to solve that. If you're having issues enrolling in our advanced natural remedies course. So let us just pray together as we close. We do believe in God. We do believe in faith. And we just want to pray that the Lord give you the strength as you go throughout this cleanse and you go throughout this detoxing period. The Lord will give you the strength to go throughout that strongly and not give in to appetite and be able to finish this thing through. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for all that you have blessed us with. Thank you for the herbs, the things that you have given us in nature. Help that each individual that is going on cleanses right now, that you may help them to go throughout that cleanse and to be sustained and to have the strength to see it through. And I just pray that you may give them full recovery, give them healing. Send your word, dear Lord, that you may heal them even now this time as they align their life in obedience to your will is my prayer in Jesus' name.
Amen.
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 Yes. Thank you for joining us again. See you next week.